When I say, who's the master? You say, no.
What up, guys? Showing the King here. I know it's been a while since you've all seen me. I've been on a bit of a hiatus, had a lot of stuff going on in the family, so I just wanted to come back on here for a new video I'm doing. It's a new series I'm calling Screw Attack. You know, I've been following Screw Attack for a long time, and I've been watching their death battles, you know, here and there, and I'm not feeling how they've been treating my anime community recently. You know, first we got the bullshit of Superman beating Goku. That was one thing, and then now we have Majin Buu losing to fucking Kirby. Are you fucking kidding me? But you know what? I digress. That's a video for another day. And trust and believe, I'm going to give my analysis on how I thought that Kirby versus Majin Buu bullshit should have really went down. But that's not what this video is about. So, to twist the knife in a little bit deeper, they've decided to pit Gaara from Naruto versus Toph from Avatar. Now, let me be clear here, people. If you've watched my channel before, you know I'm a huge Avatar fan. I've been a fan of Avatar from The Last Airbender. I was even a bigger fan of The Legend of Korra. I love me some Avatar, and I also watch anime. So you know I'm a huge Naruto fan. So the whole point of me saying this, there is no fanboyism in this discussion right now. And the discussion I'm going to bring to you guys today is who would win in a death battle between Toph, quite possibly the strongest earthbender that's ever lived, and Gaara of the Sand, who basically has ultimate defense and master of all sand. Now, Screw Attack has not brought out their death battle for this yet, but I kind of know where I think they're going to go with it. But before the bullshit happens, I kind of want to come out and bring my perspective on what I think would happen and what should happen. Now, I'm not gonna sit here and wait till the end of the video to tell you who I think should win, because it's simple. You know, as much as I love Avatar and I love Toph, she can't beat Gaara for multiple reasons. I mean, number one, the biggest reason is that Toph is not a practiced master of sandbending. Now, I know a lot of people want to go back to season 3 where she made a sand version of Ba Sing Se. So then all of a sudden people think that now, all of a sudden, because she was able to make a sand castle of the exact intricate details of Ba Sing Se, then that meant that she is somehow mastered all sand bending and she can do anything with sand. No, that just means that she can make a sand castle. We've never seen Toph weaponize sand in any way, shape, or form. So if Screw Attack tries to come in and says because she made this fucking sand castle, then that means she can master and manipulate sand to her will, then that's bullshit. Because there is no other visual evidence that Toph can weaponize and use sand at her will. It's never been shown. Let's just get that out of the way. Number 2, when Toph was actually in a desert area, not with earth around, nothing but sand, she was basically rendered useless. She can't see as well because her feet can't get enough traction to see what's going on around her. Yes, she can still hit the ground and make sand go everywhere, but if she isn't, she's literally blind. She's actually more blind than she actually is when she's in sand. And again, that's hard evidence that was proven. It's been shown. And since that incident, there hasn't been anything else to show that Toph has grown and has learned to be able to deal with that kind of her sand issue. Now, the other issue that Toph is going to have in this battle is the fact that, you know, one of her strongest advantages is that she doesn't need to see you with her eyes in order to find you. You take a step, she'll know exactly where you are and can counter it however. Problem with that is when you're fighting someone like Gaara, we've all seen Gaara fight without actually moving. His sand is actually alive. So it defends for him, it attacks for him. He doesn't even have to move. Gaara can literally stand still, have his sand protecting him, and can be commanding his sand with his hand, and he can have it go in the air, he can have it go on the ground. Hell, he can levitate with his sand. And we already know if the person that Toph is fighting is not on the ground, she's screwed. She can't see in the sky. She can't sense where you are when you're in the air. She just can't. So all Gaara has to do is levitate off the ground with his sand shower, bring it all over Toph. It's a wrap. Cover her in sand, sub up Taiso, she's done. It's very simple. Like, again, and even if let's just take all that out of there. Let's even just talk about to see what kind of offensive attacks can Toph muster that could probably penetrate Gaara's ultimate defense. Nothing. We've already seen feats of Gaara's ultimate defense. He's stopped Kimimara's bullet bone attack, which were actually shown to be faster than actual bullets. So Gaara's ultimate sand defense was actually strong enough to deflect those bullets that were actually faster than actual gunfire. Number one. And on top of that, yes, let's say that they want to add in the fact that Toph can metal bend. Awesome. So let's say Toph makes these metal shuriken, or let's see if she makes these metal spikes and tries to stab through Gaara's defense. Won't work. We've already seen Gaara. Again, let's refer back to Kimimaro. And again, I'll get to the fact that if they're going to go Chibi Gaara versus Kazekage Gaara, I'll get into that really briefly. But I want to stick to where I'm talking about now, about his ultimate defense. And we've already seen that the person that's challenged him the most with his ultimate defense in the pre-time skip Naruto was Kimimaro. Now, we've seen Kimimaro in his stage 3 mode use his bones and made them as hard as a diamond. And even with that attack, his ultimate defense was able to stop it. So the strongest metal that Toph can control is just metal. It's earth and metal. She can't control diamonds. So unless she controls something harder than diamond that can cut through, and again, they can't platinum bend. Remember, we've learned that in Legend of Korra. They can't platinum bend, so they can't try to throw in a MacGuffin and just try to say that. We've seen Gaara stop something as hard as diamond with his ultimate defense. So I strongly believe that there's nothing Toph can do to him physically that would be able to get through his ultimate defense. And again, we haven't seen Toph move as fast as Rock Lee. So yes, Rock Lee had to open up damn near all 8 gates in order to land significant damage to Gaara. And even with Sasuke, Sasuke was able to match Rock Lee's speed by using the Sharingan. So again, and the only reason why Naruto was able to get through the defense is because he had to use 1,000 and something shadow clones, which, again, last time I checked, Toph has none of those skills at all. And again, we also have to understand, even if she does get through Gaara's ultimate defense, he still has his sand clone that's attached to him. So even if she does land a significant blow, she's still not getting to Gaara at that point. And again, she doesn't even know about that. Plus, he still has his sand clones that, again, it's an awesome death battle. And under any other circumstance, I probably, if Toph was fighting anybody else, I would give it to Toph hands down. But when you're going against Gaara, and again, it doesn't even matter, because again, the other thing that I'm afraid of that Screw Attack is going to do, and this is why I'm doing a video before they release it, so I can kind of put my points out there, is so that when they try to do the bullshit, I can sit there and say, I told you so. Now, if they try to go with Chibi Gaara, the pre-time skip Gaara, what they're going to probably try to do is they're going to try to use Shikaku as Gaara's weakness. Now, we all know from the original Naruto series that Shikaku comes out when Gaara falls asleep, and if Toph happens to knock him out, Shikaku will take over, and the only way to snap him out of it is to then wake him up. I don't know how they would try to slip that in, but again, this is Screw Attack. They seem to always find some sort of bullshit to try to explain away some some obvious craziness, aka Kirby versus Majin Buu. As you guys can still see, I'm still a little burning up about that. But anyway, if they decide to go Kazekage Gaara, there's just no competition. I mean, Kazekage Gaara was actually stronger than the Shikaku Gaara. I mean, if they want to go full tilt, that would mean they'd have to add his mother's guard sand. They'd have to add his father's gold dust sand, plus his different seals. And I don't know how much seals would really work against Toph. I mean, he really wouldn't need seals to beat her, but I'm just saying his overall power is just through the roof. He's one of the strongest characters in Naruto. But again, you know, I just wanted to kind of put it out there. I wanted to kind of give my thoughts on how I think this death battle should go. Again, only Screw Attack. You know, they like to screw the anime fans. I strongly believe it. First is that bullshit 1 minute melee where Kenpachi loses to fucking Akuma. Now I know they don't do research on that, but it's still bull crap. And you know, we got the Goku, we got the Majin Buu. Keep in mind, I'm going to do a video. I've already done. If you want to go back in my previous videos, I've already done analysis video on why Goku should have beat Superman. I'm going to do the same for Kirby versus Majin Buu. I just wanted to jump ahead and talk about this new death battle. Now, I will do another video after the death battle airs. Maybe I'm wrong and Gaara wins, but, you know, if I know Screw Attack, they're going to give it to Toph. It's just my thought. But again, I'm not fanboying. I am a huge fan of Avatar, but I'm just looking at the facts. If anybody has anything different to say, if anyone wants to have an intelligent debate with me about it, just let me know in the comment section below. Let me know who you think would win. If you have any suggestions that's going to give the match to Toph that's based off of something that was shown in the TV show, then let's talk about it. I'm glad to be back for you guys who don't know. If you don't know, check me out. If you are fans, thanks for sticking around. Thumbs up the video if you could and subscribe. Show up the king, and you guys have an awesome night.